Welcome to Bali. As I mentioned in my last video, I'm actually here in Indonesia for the last week, just enjoying my time, visiting my cousin. This is her villa, and taking some time to do some surfing, some nice cold showers, ecstatic dance, eating some great food, and basically making connections in the local coffee scene here. And as I mentioned in the last video as well, in a few hours I have a flight to Toraja. It's a coffee region in the island of Sulawesi, which is just north of Bali. So we're gonna go over there for a few days. I have my contact and really good friend Devi coming with me. She's an amazing photographer, also a coffee nerd, and we're gonna go capture some stories at hopefully a few different farms and local coffee roasters. But my flight's in about 3 hours, so I should probably get out of this pool. I'll see you at the airport. So there's one last step we have to do before heading to the airport. What's unique about the coffee that Dewi is grinding up right now is it's actually from the farm that we're going to visit in Toraja. So we get a brief taste of, it's almost like a foreshadowing here in Bali. Then we're going to hit the plane, and in about, let's say 18 hours, we're going to be on the farm. So Dewi just brewed us up a beautiful cup of Toraja coffee. I can tell you that is a good cup of Java, or in this case, Minanga, not Java. See you there. So, after a quick 2-hour nap, we just arrived here in Toraja. Dewi's making us a nice coffee, but it seems to be raining a lot. Hopefully this doesn't set a precedent for the entire weekend. Though it's possible that it will. So I'm here at Kelana Street. It's like a coffee roastery, cafe, and I'm here with Eddie. He's the man behind the magic, and he's explaining to me the different fermentation processes that he has. So he's actually brewing up a natural process grown right here in Toraja region. This one was fermented for 24 hours before being sun-dried for 4 weeks. And then this one, honestly, this is a double fermentation. It smells like a wine. It smells like, also like cacao as well. So like really fermenty, really chocolatey, fruity. You would never have to like smell this before in coffee. So Eki was just explaining to me that this van was what he started his first cafe in. About 2-3 years ago, he realized there's no cafes here in Rantepao, here in the Toraja region. He's like, it's a coffee producing region, but there's no cafes serving really good coffee. It was all instant. So what he decided to do was open this up just to introduce the market. There was not really a market for coffee drinkers of this quality. And then through that, he was able to create a real storefront. And what he realized was, if you have good coffee, people will come. So he's introduced it through the market with this, and now he's here. It's a really cool story. So what you actually see behind me is these Torajan homes / grave sites. So there's an actual procession, which is the funeral, and it's a big celebration that they have whenever someone in the local village that they pass away. So they actually celebrate their life, and with a lot of, there is actually animal slaughtering, but they also they drink a local palm wine and coffee and tea and everything. So this is what we're visiting now. There's some graves that are in the stone, and then there's some graves that are in these typical buildings, structures, where these people are buried above ground. So here we are in the beautiful village, and I didn't just come here for coffee. This is called balu, and it's a palm tree wine. Typical alcohol of this region. As you can see, it doesn't really look like your typical alcohol. It's kind of like murky, milky. We're gonna try it out now. See how it tastes. Wow. That tastes a lot like a kombucha, to be honest. The thirsty traveler, at it again. What do you think? Do you like this? Balu? You wanna try it? Not really. He doesn't really like it. I like it because I like that sort of fermenty, juicy type flavor. I don't know what the percentage of this is. I don't know if they regulate it. Not bad. Yeah, thank you. Terima kasih. So the roosters are awake, and so are we. And today we're going to be heading up into Sapan, which is one of the local micro-growing regions of Toraja, and visiting some farms. So Eki's going to take us up there from Kelana Street. We're very excited to tour the roosters. See you on the road. Here we are on two wheels again, on our way up into the coffee farms. So this guy behind us seems to have no problem going up and down these tricky slopes, but we decided to take it safe and leave our bikes a little bit up the way because we're going down into the depths of this bamboo forest to go find some coffee here in Sapan, a small region of Toraja. I've got Eki here, Dewi, and we're basically going to look for coffee here, so stay tuned. Selamat menikmati. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama.
Corre. So here we are in the farm. This is Andreas. He's the farmer here, and he's kind of running the show in terms of coffee. This is Eki. We met him back at the shop at Kelana Street, back in Rantepao. But after an hour, just over an hour on motorbike, we made it here and we're fresh. We are ready to drink some good coffee. Actually, this coffee has been roasted here on the farm, but how did they roast it?
He roasted with the pan, traditional manual.
Wow.
And,
Frying pan.
Stove. Yeah, frying pan.
Out with the fan.
And then the coffee is already get a #1 in competition.
Oh, really?
Local competition.
Okay,
Yeah.
with the pan frying.
Yeah.
No, I mean the green beans.
Oh, the green beans.
Yeah, it's selective very selective.
Wow.
With there's many.
In Toraja?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, here's a fried pan.
Well, that's a good way. That's like how they do it Ethiopia. Yeah, Ethiopians. So how did you get connected with Andreas, and why did you start using his coffee in your shop?
When I was a student in university, I met him when I work in the tourism ministry.
Okay.
Tourism
Wow.
ministry. So
Yeah.
here, my plan is here for visit. I want to make agrotourism
Okay.
because coffee is only one in a year harvest.
Yeah.
But the tourism every day, every month, the farmer can get the money. And then I met Pak Andreas, and also his Pak Andreas family.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we met. We go to the farm together for the first time.
Yeah.
The first time, so yeah, the coffee is good, and Sapan is from the single origin, the one of famous in Indonesia.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard really good things about Toraja and even Sapan in terms of quality in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to come here
Yeah.
to see you guys.
And it's very interesting because Pak Andreas is the knowledge about how to good farmer is very good.
Okay.
And different the others farmer in here.
Maybe he can talk a little bit about his experience, how long he's been doing it, what sort of caused him to try to increase quality and get better. Do you want to ask him?
Yeah. Tahun pertama dulu.
Tahun pertama saya tanam kopi itu tahun 2002 di kopi kan.
The first time we coffee was 2002.
Okay.
Ada juga
Iya.
macam ini halaman.
Oh yeah. Very traditional.
Seperti di halaman.
So I came here to buy from Pak Andreas the cherry,
Yeah.
and I tried to increase the quality
Yeah.
in the rantepao. I drank in the rantepao
Okay.
with a good process.
Yeah.
Sometimes every month I go back here to bring for Pak Andreas
Okay.
the coffee.
Does he do any processing here on the farm, or is mostly for you do it yourself?
I do it. Silhouette, I take it go to rantepao and
Okay.
process in rantepao.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because it's very difficult actually to process it here.
Yeah.
The sun is not too long in there.
Okay. Okay. And what are some of the other crops that they do here? Because you said they only have one harvest, for the coffee. But do they do rice? Do they do animals?
Yeah, rice and sawah,
Sama
kerbau,
ada kerbau. Ada babi.
buffalo,
Ada juga babi kan.
pig.
Wow. Do you want to increase your production of coffee and start export outside of Indonesia?
Yeah, he want.
Kalau ada yang bawa ke luar negeri ya bisa.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely possible. People are very interested in micro lots, high quality, very unique tasting. Like the double fermentation that you gave me was just so nice. Yeah.
And the coffee is from here.
Yeah.
From the
Okay.
farm.
Yeah, it was like that's something that I think people would be very interested
Yeah.
in.
This is why every year we try to increase the quality
Okay.
for the standard export. We can get the standard export.
Yeah. Okay. Corre. So can you believe how big these things are? They build them like, this is just one village. I've seen probably hundreds of houses just like this. But we're heading out of here. We're gonna go check out some of the plants in the micro lot here. I think we have a bit of a following here. Say hi! Hi! These are the village kids. These are the next coffee producers here. Okay, say bye!
Bye.
Photoji!
Toraja, Brodie.
Oh my gosh, it's wet here. This guy's a pro!
acidity. You can taste in the sapan beans is from here. So it's called tamarella.
And what is it?
It's the fruit.
And you can eat it?
Yeah. I will take it. This one.
Wow. So Eki just gave me one of these tamarellas to try. It's a fruit. He was just saying that it gives the sapan coffee its acidity, as opposed to in Bali it's kind of more the tangerines and other things. Oh wow. That's almost like a passion fruit?
Yeah.
That is really, really good. Pak Andreas, he's an expert at this. So, as you can see, a lot of the cherries on here are quite green because it's not harvest season, but every once in a while we find one of these red little cherries. I feel bad picking it, but I know there's a lot more where this came from, and this is for demonstrational purposes because you can actually squeeze the cherry. I just lost the coffee bean, but doesn't mean you can't eat the pulp. That is very tasty, it's very sweet. And you can understand why when they do a fermentation before the processing of the coffee beans, a lot of the sugars go into fermenting the green bean and giving it those unique flavors that we like to enjoy. And after roasting, it just very, very nice. Similar to the tamarella that we just ate, but that is a coffee cherry. He's got more in his pocket. Oh wow! Pass me one of these. So this is the tamarella that we had earlier. This is the coffee that's supposed to taste like tamarella because of the nearby acidity. And what we're gonna do is, sort of old-fashioned way, measure out these coffee beans in our lovely spoon and make one of our favorites, the AeroPress. What's unique about this brew is I'm using coffee from this very, very micro lot, roasted by our friend Eki back in Rantepao and brought back onto the farm. So it smells super fermenty. It's like a natural, but with, what is this, the double fermentation? 1 day fermentation? 24 hour. Oh, and we have this single origin water here in the batik thermos, straight from the hills of Sapan. We're gonna just pour this right in. I'm not even sure how, whoa, that's really hot on my fingers. Not even sure what temperature it is, but it feels hot. And then we're gonna use our handy little scoop. No scales out here in the wild. We just do it cowboy style. Or as they would say, Indo style. And then, right next to these young coffee cherries, you're gonna be next, but not yet. And we're gonna do a nice slow press. If you look behind us, you can see the actual grower and the roaster standing side by side. That is a precious moment. And they're the ones who brought us here. So Dewi, behind the lens, is filming a brew right here on the farm. And we're gonna enjoy it all together. Oh, it smells so good. Thank you guys. Terima kasih. Or as they say here in Sapan, hurre.
Hurre.
That is a great combination. Terima kasih.
Mulu sih capek deh.
Coba.